Ian, firstly, congratulations on the 3 points. Another team come to Starks Park and leave with no points. How was the game? Must have been a difficult watch at times.
Yeah, I felt it was a poor quality game for different reasons. We couldn't quite get ourselves going in the first half in terms of clicking in the forward areas. Couldn't get possession high at the park that we like to do, and I understand that some weeks it's going to be like that. We could see what we're trying to do, but we just couldn't do it. I thought Inverness were very dangerous on the counter-attack as well. Again, probably lacked, from Billy will be saying, lacked probably a little bit of quality in front of goal. In saying that, I wouldn't say we were fortunate to be level at half-time, but we could easily have been behind. Kevin's pulled off 2 very, very good saves. And we've not really troubled Mark Bridgers in goals, but second half I felt we were more dominant in possession without creating anything. Just found it hard. I thought Inverness defended really, really well today and had a really good game plan, and there's no chance that they'll be finishing bottom of the league, that's for sure, especially when they get a few players back as well. But overall, emotion is delighted to be here with a 1-0 win and another good result at Starks.
How is it inside of the pitch when you're watching and there's that lack of fluidity there? You mentioned, and certainly we've kind of picked up round the stands, that Inverness's game plan was really sharp, it was really tight, and I'm sure it was, for long parts of the game, was executed really well. How do you reach out to change that and try and influence it from the side?
You just hope the boys find the tempo. I think half time in these games is really, really big for us, because you can point out a few things that you see in the sidelines. The players can also tell you how they're feeling on the pitch as well, because at the bottom line is they're the most important people at that time, and they can give you a better vibe and a better feel for how the game's actually going. My message at half time was we're competing, and we were. It was a really competitive game, but our tempo wasn't there. We just looked like we were a bit lethargic, a wee bit tired as well, and that's when the beauty of having a really strong bench like we've had the last couple of weeks comes into play. It's such a huge thing, and I wouldn't say luxury, but it's a joy for me to be able to turn around and put guys like Jamie Gullen on, Dylan Easton, Josh Mullen as well, and the transition of these players coming on and the boys coming off is very smooth.
First 45 probably, and the headlines belong to Kim Dabrowski, but it's a defensive unit there. It's a clean sheet that was hard worked and well earned.
Yeah, it was. Like we said, very, very good save at the back post from the header with his feet. That was excellent. The one from distance moved right at the last minute, so he's done really well to get his hands on that and make sure he got out of danger. But I thought Keith and Big Ewan as well at the back today were immense. They really drive us on. They go and win their headers. No thrills, but that's what you want in this league from your 2 centre halves. Scott Brown, Sean Byrne, middle of the park as well, keep things ticking over nicely. And I thought Big Jack up front was really, really good. Today's best performance for Raith Rovers. So when you go down the spine of the team, your goalkeeper, your centre halves, your 2 centre midfielders and your striker, then you've got an opportunity. The other guys round about it also played a huge part, a huge group effort, and we saw that again with the changes.
As the final whistle went, I was speaking with a friend and he could accuse something that tied in with something you've said before, about winning lots of different ways. His comment was that we're no longer a secret, we've got a target on our back and people will know how difficult it is to come here. Is there a little extra bonus in the fact that you can go to the squad Monday, Tuesday and say, you've got the capacity to dig out wins when it's not fluid and it's not our style of football? Yeah,
I think we've shown that a couple of times now. Obviously down at East End where we won in the derby as well, it was a hard fought 1-0 victory, but we showed great resilience. We've done it again today, albeit different circumstances, scoring a bit later, but we're there to be shot at. I said that to the players. Dundee United were there at the start of this week. Queen's Park have been there. Now it's our turn. This is a crazy league. It's going to change all the time. Our biggest goal is to get that gap to 5th place, being the coveted top 4 positions. After that, who knows? If we take one game at a time, just keep our mind focused on what we're doing, we'll be okay. But we know it can turn really, really quickly.
Let's see if you answer by saying it's just another 3 points, but we purposely avoided speaking about this hoodoo because you've only been here a relatively short space of time, mind you, not far off 500 days. Does it add, if not an extra bit of pressure before the game, does it add an extra bit of joy after the game?
I think it adds more pressure before the game other than joy. I think we're delighted to win the game, albeit we're delighted to get that hoodoo off our back as well, but it probably plays on your mind during the game when things aren't quite going for you. You think, goodness me, what do we have to do to win? I mean, it's an incredible run of games that Inverness had against Raith Rovers. I think it's 35 including today, which is madness, to be quite frank. There's probably been games in there, and certainly games last season we played a lot better than we did today and lost games against Inverness. So, but any win and this league's particularly vital at home as well. We keep up our good run, but I can breathe a little sigh of relief that hoodoo's gone.
Have you ever came across something that's that long running that, we were chatting there and speaking with Jamie Gull in his interview that 8 of our squad weren't even born last time we beat them. I mean, that's utterly ridiculous. 34 games where we've not beaten them over the 90, 32 competitive in the 2 friendlies. In 8,358 days.
Yeah, it is. It's mad, especially when it's in a league where you play each other 4 times for a large part of that. Just mind-boggling, really. And I think, again, you go back to the start, it plays on people's minds, and that can affect people's performances, decision-making, going into the last 5-10 minutes. Today, that didn't. We kept, when we scored, we were really resilient, we looked really solid, actually. Again, our 2 centre-halves heading and kicking everything that moved, and Big Jack running his socks off up front to try and get us that win. But I think when you bring in so many new players in the summer like we did, that hoodoo's, it's old news. It's a club hoodoo rather than a team hoodoo. But we're still in equal measure absolutely ecstatic that we've won the game. We're delighted that we've got another clean sheet. We look at the league table, early days, we're delighted where we are. That's it. We know we can't rest on our laurels and think our job's done. There's a long way to go in this season, but we're in good fettle at the moment.
Well, for the run of home games, and again the local support turns out in great numbers. We need to grow that, but only a winning team will grow that. No amount of social media or great interviews or features or any other aspect off the pitch will do that. It's only winning teams that do that. What's it been like, kind of looking across to your left, and you must see that stand is fuller and fuller and fuller.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting busier now, which is great. It's testament to the work that people are doing off the pitch, and also testament to the players that are doing the work on the pitch. I think for me today, at the end, I saw a lot of smiles, a lot of happy people. That's what we want. We want people who will come here and leave here very, very happy. Now, we know every week it might not fall in our favour, but you want to be coming to this place looking forward to something, and leaving the place looking forward to coming back the next time. And I think today we saw that. There was a lot of women in the crowd, men and children, everybody delighted, and that's what it's all about. We're trying to build a community spirit here in terms of the Kirkcaldy and Raith Rovers Football Club is absolutely paramount to this town, and we need to keep going.
Second absolutely everything that you said there. You've nailed it all, Ian. We say congratulations for the 3 points and all other aspects that go along with it. Top of the league on a Saturday night and heading up the road with a smile on our faces.
Perfect, thanks Davey.